Hello guys, welcome back to another video then. I'm back today then. We're going to be talking about transfers. I am back at 5 o'clock for a match preview for Aston Villa versus Stevenage. Got a Stevenage fan on for that. So two streams in an hour. But yeah, we're just going to talk about like Aston Villa match review, what happened in the Wolves game. We'll talk about a bit of transfers. Will Aston Villa sign anyone? We'll talk about, of course, Huddersfield. And yeah, but we got a Huddersfield fan here. That way I said Huddersfield. Ryan, you alright, mate?
Hello, mate. Yes, I'm all right. Thank you. Thank you for having me on again. It's always a pleasure. But yeah, it's good to be back on talking some football as always.
Yeah. So we'll get into the Huddersfield. Like, don't talk about transfer, but like, say who you signed, who you linked with, but say how your season gone so far.
Yeah. All right. Then, so obviously I'll start with obviously the season so far. Yeah. I mean, it's been a really difficult season for us so far. If we're being brutally honest, and the tale doesn't lie. I think that obviously the hangover from the playoff final, obviously last year, in May, it's difficult, because there were so many things wrong about that final that just spell out corruption to me, and it's one of those where it's still hard to take, with the circumstances of it all. But obviously Carlos Corberán obviously leaving us a week before the season started, really, what's the word? It really did rattle. It really did throw us off the pace a bit, to be honest with you, with the preparation. Obviously we hired Danny Schofield, who then obviously was already at the club. That was a complete nightmare, really, in terms of results. We just couldn't pick up anything, really. And then obviously we hired Mark Fotheringham after, obviously Danny Schofield obviously got sacked, and then we hired Mark Fotheringham. To me, I don't agree with it. I think we should have gone for someone more experienced. But yeah, we've had so many disappointing results this season. Obviously, we are at the bottom of the tip. Well, we're not at the bottom now. We've actually picked up the last few games, so we've got 6 points from 9. So that's given us hope around here that we can actually stay up. But yeah, so very disappointing season. We've had a bit of hope. We've passed with the most recent results and performances. So yeah, we just need to keep building on that, and hopefully we can get out of this. Because like I say, it's only a couple of points off getting out of it, and we've got a game in hand as well. So hopefully we can do that. In terms of signings, yeah, man, I think really pleasing. Obviously, in terms of getting Matt Lowton, a very experienced pro from Burnley, obviously making most of his appearances when they were in the Premier League, of course. So yeah, he's had a big chunk of, when they were in the Premier League, he was pretty much a first teamer in terms of playing a lot of minutes. Obviously in the Championship, under Vincent Kompany, he's very much had limited opportunities, not seemed to be favoured there. But I was really happy with this sign. I think obviously he plays right back. It just excites me. And obviously very highly thought of at Burnley. From fans that I've spoken to, and obviously I know a Burnley fan that does his own YouTube as well. Nothing but praise for him. So really positive signs there. Hopefully we get to see him over the weekend. Obviously in the FA Cup, he's expected to start the weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. But I'm very excited by that. Another sign obviously made, which may be a less familiar name to quite a lot of us, even myself included, is obviously Florian Kamberi, obviously a forward. He's played at Rangers. He's played Sheffield, with Sheffield Wednesday. To be honest with you, this sign doesn't excite me as much. But as always, I give every player that comes through the door an opportunity to impress and to make a claim, because I don't like to write off players before I've actually seen them. So that is all that we've done so far. We have been linked with Ashley Barnes just finally on loan. If you can get Ashley Barnes through the door, I think that would be a big signing. If you can, it would be a loan deal, but it would, he definitely knows where the back of the net is, and we've had a massive problem scoring goals this season. Defensively, we're not so bad, but yeah, definitely goal scoring is the definite kind of thing that we need to focus on. And if we can get Ashley Barnes through the door, I'd be very happy, and I'd be very confident we can stay up with him. But yeah, man, I've not had any developments on that yet, but we just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's kind of the latest really at the club at the moment and our season so far.
Yeah, I think, of course, going in for Burnley players.
Yeah, I know that link with. I think there's a link there with the. I think the chairman of or the vice chair or someone within the club has got linked to Huddersfield, so we're using that connection. I think it's that Alan Pace who he was in and around Huddersfield at some point. But I'm not sure. But I know there's a link there. I can't remember now. But yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I think Huddersfield, of course, they've added struggling season. Of course, you've got playoffs last season. Don't want to mention that while you're on here, because you will be disappointed. But,
yeah, it still hurts me to this day, mate, to be fair. Because like I said, I'll go back to it. At the very beginning when I started what I was saying, it's not just that we lost. Firstly, it's how we performed, but also it was the corruption that was sort of that referee cost us well and truly in that game, I'm afraid. And there was a lot of yeah, man. We should have had at least a penalty. But anyway, I don't want to go into that. To be fair, that's done and dusted now. But yeah, very, very much. It really hurts still to speak about today. But yeah, it's one of those.
You are, of course, the better team of like Wigan. Of course, Wigan have been really poor. Like, I'm pretty sure they let in 4 goals nearly every match this season.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the bottom of the table, obviously, you do hope that, obviously other teams around us will be, obviously, we should be fancying our chances. But I go back to it, we need to get somebody in that can score goals because we're very, very limited on that. But, I mean, yeah, if we win, it's only 2 points now until we get out of the zone, if we can. And obviously, we've got a game in hand on the other teams around us. And also a big advantage is our goal difference is a lot better than... with the teams around us, we've got the better goal difference out of them all. So, yeah, obviously Rotherham. I think Rotherham for me have struggled. Blackpool, Cardiff are always down. I think Cardiff should go down. Wigan definitely struggling. Obviously -20 goal difference they've got and really struggling there. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But obviously, and we've got some big games coming up, by the way, against teams around. Sorry to interrupt. Hull. We've got Hull after the next week, and then we've got Blackpool the following week. So 2 massive games there we need to be winning.
I think you need to beat both of them.
Yeah, they're both away, by the way. They're both away.
But I can't see you beating Hull. I can see you beating Blackpool, maybe getting a point against Hull. But I think Hull have just been picking up form like you have lately.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they've pulled away, haven't they, from that relegation zone for now. But yeah, I'd certainly take 4 points from 6 out of those 2. But obviously, they're good to win them both. But we'll just have to see. But yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go back to the transfers. Of course, we'll go Championship, Premier League. So of course, Championship. I know Kevin Long signed for Birmingham City. I think he was from Burnley, was it?
Yeah, he was from Burnley. Yeah.
Yeah. So loads of Burnley players going, supposedly.
Yeah. I
think that's a good play for Birmingham. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, to be fair. Like I said, to be honest with you, I think it's one of those with Burnley where obviously they're doing so well. Most of the kind of players that maybe they had last season that was getting a look in at some point have gone even further down the pecking order because they've improved the squad even since obviously. So yeah, obviously see how he does, but I think it'll be a good signing for me. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. We'll go to other ones in a minute. Right there. So Premier League then, you tell me some Premier League links like Gakpo, of course, signed for Liverpool. Nunes are linked with them. I've got Aston Villa are linked with McKennie and all that. Arsenal have signed Oh no, that's the girls. Don't matter. But yeah, loads of teams linked with people. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a window in the January window that's can be quite quiet at times, and of course, I think that it's a window that really you don't want to be delving into, isn't it? Really, because it's one of those windows that if you sign somebody, it's going to be even more in January because it's halfway. Obviously, it's midway through a season. So, in terms of links, I mean, obviously, definitely Gakpo. Obviously, a good signing for Liverpool. That I really do think it is. But again, I think it's a strange move for me him going to Liverpool because if you look at who he was linked with, I probably would have gone for someone like Man United, for example, because if you look at Liverpool, that they're struggling. Well, for me, they don't make the top four for me in terms of the end of the season. So, and obviously Gakpo really would have been wanting to play Champions League football, and Man United have got a good chance of that. So, a good signing for Liverpool, but I don't really understand why he's gone there because, yeah, it's a club that's in a bit of turmoil at the moment, isn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah, of course, it's a good player, but Villa are linked with McKennie. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, I agree. And I when I saw that link and I saw it on your story actually on Instagram, I thought to myself, yeah, I mean, obviously he did well in the World Cup, didn't he? He impressed me in the World Cup. I hadn't really seen much of him before, but yeah, I think that would be a good sign if you can get him.
Of course, we're linked with, of course, we're linked with Paul Torres from Villarreal. I think that's another big one. We're linked with a couple, of course. Cameron Archer went out on loan to Middlesbrough. I think that's, of course, we knew he was going to go out on loan, but why can't no one just buy him? Because we like Cameron Archer, but we want him to get game time. All Villa fans are saying, just sell him, because he ain't going to get game time at Villa.
Yeah, but I think I know, but what people are thinking is that he's still young, isn't he, that Cameron Archer? So does he just need some experience and maybe be able to push him for the first team when he gets back potentially? I don't know, but maybe I don't think he should just sell players just because he's not getting, because like I say, I think he's got a lot of potential as Cameron, I think, and I think he just needs first team football somewhere else. And we've seen it for time and time again. Only takes a loan move, get some minutes under your belt for these youngsters, and then they'll come back and they can really push into that first team. There's no reason why he can't. So potentially that's the thinking behind that.
Yeah, Dan Ince could be going, of course. Everton and his former club Southampton are linked with him. Of course, we rejected Everton. We should be rejecting Southampton because, come on, both of them near basically going down. To be fair.
And I don't think it's a move that potentially will excite anybody going to something like Everton at the moment with the turmoil they're in. So
or Southampton.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Southampton. I probably was focusing on Everton more because I'm not surprised they're down because obviously they did struggle last season, but I just can't believe it. I just can't get over the demise of Everton football.
Yeah, I think tough button, but I think Wayne Rooney could be taking over Lampard, I've heard.
Oh yeah, well,
I don't think that will be good. I really don't.
Mind you, Rooney did well at Derby, if you remember. With very limited resources.
That what I said another day to people, but people said Everton and Derby are different teams. So, if Everton was in a championship, I could see Wayne Rooney getting them promoted.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. But we'll go on to this match for actually anyway. Aston Villa won, Wolves won. Not really. Wolves fans would have took a point. Villa fans wouldn't. But that how it's the West Midlands. We still can't beat Wolves. Last time we beat them was back in the Championship about ages ago. But yeah, 1-1 draw at Villa Park. Of course, we was awful first half. We was better second half. I think it was all Wolves first half, all Villa second half. I don't want to say this again because it will just make me upset. But Leon Bailey, did you see that chance?
I actually didn't actually watch the game, to be fair, so no, I didn't.
Mate. 94th minute. Daniels over to Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey went round the keeper, shot, missed the open goal.
Oh my, right, okay.
He was crying though. He came out on Instagram and said, "It's going to be hard to sleep tonight, villains, and I'm really sorry. I know I should have won us the game."
It must be awful, that mustn't it? I mean, okay, you know, you could argue, you know, look, you know, he should be doing better in that moment, but you know, we're all human at the end of the day, and of course, it all
some
gets
footballers do it anyway, so they can't score every time.
And we've seen how good Bailey has been this season for you, so that even makes him even more maybe surprising that he missed.
Best player in the league, anyway. Transfers then. Trying to think of the transfers.
I can have a look, because like I say, I've not really
I keep forgetting the transfers.
I'm not really been keeping up with it, to me. I mean, we can just have a look.
Normally it comes out on Sky Sports every time, don't it? But it hasn't been doing.
It's not, but yeah. I mean, obviously, there has been links with clubs for that. João Felix, of course, who.
Felix, there you go. So Aston Villa, Arsenal, and Manchester United are linked with him. The likely team to actually get him. Well, Chelsea are linked with him as well, but the likely team to get him is Villa. So I hope we get him.
I don't know where. I'm sorry, but I don't know where you got that from. But I don't think so. I'm sorry, I don't agree.
Bro, it came from Sky Sports a couple of weeks ago.
I don't think it did, mate, to be fair, because if you're looking at this, I've not actually seen a link for João Felix from Aston Villa, really. If you look, I mean, look at.
But I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll leave in January anyway.
I mean, what? Well, yeah, but the stumbling block at the moment is the high loan fees that they're asking of Felix. But what do you make about Jack Butland coming on loan to Man United? I'm sorry, but I don't understand it. I'm just absolutely. I just don't know what I was reading when I first saw this break.
I really agree with you. I think, of course, going from Stoke to Crystal Palace and even played for Crystal Palace, going to Manchester United, like, what is happening?
I mean, it is a very strange move to me, and of course, Chelsea have signed a new player, haven't they, recently? Badiashile.
I think Chelsea signed 3 players too.
Well, I'm on about the most recent one, which was announced today.
Which one was that?
They signed Monaco defender Benoit Badiashile. He's a 21-year-old.
He was good in the World Cup, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he signed. You know, these contracts they give out is just ridiculous. A 7.5-year contract they've given him.
Jeez.
Unbelievable. You'd be laughing with that. Even if you don't play, he's still going to be all right. He's considered one of the best young left-footed centre-backs, though, in Europe. And, of course, that is a player that's been on Chelsea's radar a while. So, yeah, very good signing for, and obviously we've been to see how he goes on. Yeah. What other players? I mean, there's that another link that Chelsea are wanting to get that Mudryk in, aren't they? From Shakhtar. Yeah, Shakhtar.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Yeah, they need players in because Sterling went off injured in the 5th minute. Then they got an other injury in the 22nd minute. Then they got an other injury in the second half.
I know. Yeah.
Like they've got about 15 injuries. Like what is that?
Yeah, it's just not going for them, is it, at the moment?
To be honest, let's say they give City a game. And they hit a post. So.
Yeah, they did. But like I said, I go back to it. I just think that in that first half, obviously, I think Man City, probably was there for the taking in that first half for me because obviously second half they came a lot better for me.
Grealish is the best player, really.
Grealish, of course. To be honest with you, though, with Grealish, I think he's really struggled since he's gone to City. If I'm honest with you, I think he has. And
but the this is what I've been saying to people. He's talking about City, but if he came back to Villa, I don't think he will get into our team now.
I think that's a bit of a bold statement because I think that he would, because obviously he was your main player before he left.
Yeah,
so
but
I
the
think-
only thing, look at our front three, yeah. We could play Bundia, Watkins, Leon Bailey, or Bundia, Inks, Leon Bailey. And midfield, if he wants to be a midfielder, is Louise, John McGinn, Jacob Ramsey, or Louis, John McGinn, Kamara. We've got a strong team now.
Yeah, I get what I get. I do get what you're saying. To be fair, but I just think he has got caught, and obviously,
I
as
think
I was saying,
he needs to go to someone like who like could play him. Like, I think anyone will play him if they have a weak team like Southampton. I don't think he'll go there, but you know, like a weak team.
the thing is though, if he would have stayed with you guys, he still would have been in that team. Whether,
Yeah.
you know,
And
but
we
they've
wouldn't
got-
have got these good players, I don't think.
Yeah, likely so. But it is one of those. But yeah, I mean, what else have we got?
But can't believe Jack puts on there.
Yeah, that is. I mean, they may as well have kept Dubravka. Obviously, they sent Dubravka back, didn't they? Man United, of course. And why just not keep him? Because
They've
the
kept him.
I just don't get it.
They've kept him.
No, Dubravka's gone back.
I see.
Yeah, he's gone back to Newcastle. That's why they've got this. That's why they've got Butland in for a second choice. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I go back to it. I don't understand why you wouldn't just keep Dubravka and yeah.
Jack Butler is a bit why
Very-
don't you just take Olsen? Just
Yeah, I just
only
think
thing-
it's a strange one.
I want to talk about Aston Villa. We ain't letting Danny Inks go because we haven't got any more strikers basically.
Yeah, you need to get somebody in before you actually, of course, you know, obviously.
You're right, Cameron. To talk about transfers, Cameron, if you got any transfers, tell us or ask us any questions about transfers. But yeah, So yeah, of course I will be live at 5 for a match preview. Villa gonna go on an FA Cup one.
You hope so. Who have you got again this week? Oh, you're Stevenage. Sorry, yeah.
I'm going as well.
Where is it? At Stevenage or home?
Nah, Villa.
Oh, right, at home. Right. Is it Saturday? When do you play then? Is it
Sunday.
Saturday or Sunday? Right.
R4 kickoff.
Oh, right. Oh, I'll probably be it'll probably be on TV, won't it? If it's on, so yeah, I'll probably watch it.
I don't know, but 2 half-4 kickoffs.
Oh, is there? Right.
It's
Maybe
Chelsea,
not.
Man City.
Oh, that's probably the game that's on then. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a number of reports that Arsenal are going to bid for Declan Rice in the summer. That'd be a good sign.
Yeah, in the summer, definitely. Yeah, I think obviously Rice very highly thought of, and of course
And
West Ham struggling.
Definitely, if West Ham go down, I think loads of players will leave anyway.
I think maybe it's time for Rice to leave anyway, even if they do stay. To be fair, because like I said, he's been there a number of
He's
years.
a good player.
He is a very good player. Yeah, very, very impressive. Yeah.
Not better than our midfield, but still a good player.
Very biased, but yeah, I bet you'd take him in your midfield though.
No.
Real? I mean, you've got so many options, I suppose, but if you look at it, I think
Jacob Ramsey's injured, but the funniest thing, we have, of course, Aaron Ramsey came back to Villa from Norwich on loan, but he's injured as well. So both of the brothers are injured.
Oh God, that's not good.
But yeah, come on, keep asking us any questions about transfers, anything about football, who you got this weekend. We'll predict your game.
Yeah, obviously, looks like Real Madrid are confident of winning that race for Jude Bellingham. Be interested to see how that develops over the next week or so. But
I
yeah,
saw that Chelsea could be getting him.
obviously, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably would say that Bellingham will want to play for someone like Real Madrid if they come calling. Not
should
Chelsea are
come
not
to-
really a team. You know what I mean? Chelsea are not the appealing team that maybe they were when they were closer to the top
Yeah.
four, because that's
Villa are better than Chelsea. So.
yeah. But it's one of those, isn't it? It's,
Who's your next league? Can anyone?
like
Our
I said,
league. Gone.
pardon?
Gone.
No, like I said, we play Hull next weekend away,
Think
and then
you'll win
obviously it's. Well, yeah, I think that obviously I know that Hull have picked up, but they still obviously had a poor season overall so far, even if they have picked up recently. So I still fancy our chances to at least get a point. But obviously it'd be nice to get a win, of course.
that?
But yeah, just
We've
have
got-
to.
We've got Leeds on Friday.
Oh really? Oh
Villa Park, I'll be going. Come on.
God, you've got a lot of home games on the bounce, haven't you, lately?
I know.
Gosh, it's like we haven't got a home game till the 28th, and even then, it depends on if we get through in the FA Cup.
When will that next round be in the FA
The
Cup?
28th is due to play the weekend of the 28th. 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th.
Or just when is the draw then? Will it be Monday?
It'll be Monday after the Oxford Arsenal, yeah. Yeah. After.
I just hope Villa and Blues get through, then we get Blues, but we never do. We never get them in the cup.
Would you want it away or home, though?
Home, because they get to walk
God.
past the train station and giving it all stick to Blues fans. There'll be fights and everything.
Oh, God, that is a derby to,
It's the best derby, everyone's saying, and I'm agreeing. I think it is.
Do you get a lot of trouble at those kind? I mean, obviously, when did you last play Birmingham last?
2019 when we went up.
Yeah, it's one of those. But
We've been in the Prem for about 4 years now,
yeah, it's.
and we won't be playing Huddersfield. When was the last time we played you?
When Hefele scored that, it came off his backside and it went into net, and obviously we won that game. I think, or did we draw it? It was definitely but it was. Was it the season we went up? That one.
I think
it might have been the season we went up, which was 2017. So, but I don't know.
You've been to Villa Park or?
No, I haven't, and I do want to go, but obviously I missed my opportunity to go. I didn't go that night when we played you back then, but I definitely want to go, and hopefully we do play you at some. It'd be actually good to come to Villa. Like I say, it's a stadium that is on my bucket list to come to, because I've gone past it, because I've been to like Birmingham plenty of times, and West Brom. I've been to West Brom. Wolves, I've been to Wolves as well, but I just haven't been to Aston Villa. But
Villa is the best stadium in the West Midlands.
It is. It does look very impressive from outside, to be fair. And obviously, I'm sure it is, but just haven't had the opportunity to go yet. So hopefully soon.
Hopefully, when we play you, when you come up to Premier League, because hopefully we're going down.
No, I mean, potentially if we both get through in the FA Cup, we could play each other in the FA Cup. I don't know, but yeah.
I'd hate you then, and we'll do a match preview and stuff.
yeah, that's it. But yeah, man.
Think you'll win tomorrow. What's your score?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, our last visit to Deepdale was on Boxing Day. Only just recently, of course, and obviously we won that. But I expect the team to be a lot different tomorrow. I think we'll rest quite a few, but yeah, I think that we can. Like I said, I think we can win. To be fair, and it would be nice to win. What I don't want though is a replay. We do not want a replay because we can't. There's too many games.
Replay?
Yeah, it goes to replays if it finishes level. These matches. Yeah.
If we score against bloody Stevenage and go to replay.
Yeah, well, it'll be very good for a club like Stevenage to get some revenue in if it does, but I think they'll take a replay.
Everyone will be taking the mickey out of me, saying, how did Villa not beat a League Two team?
Well, it's the magic of the FA Cup, of course, and you just never know in this competition. And that's the beauty of this competition. I love the FA Cup, I do, because I think it's just such a brilliant part of our heritage, in England, and yeah, it's a great competition. We've seen some shocks.
When will the replays be then? Next week?
I'm not. It's usually pretty quick after, so it'll probably not be. It won't be this midweek, but it potentially will be the midweek after that. So. It'll definitely have to be before the next round anyway, obviously. So I don't really know how they'll fit it in, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, we're going on a cup one. We're getting to the quarters or semis. And we'll probably get Man U in the next round if Man U get through tonight. And we get through.
Oh, yeah, Man United play tonight, of course. Yeah, and obviously be watching that. But, yeah.
What is it on? What channel?
It's on ITV, I think, isn't it? ITV1. I think it.
I do hope Everton win. It'll be funny.
I just can't. Yeah, but again, I
can see Jack Butland's playing in goal tonight. I really can.
I mean, it is a shout, to be fair, because they may actually rest.
They did it against Burnley a bit. They played that Newcastle goalkeeper, did it? Through December.
Yeah, Dubravka. And of course, he's on ITV1 after 7.
He nearly made their own goal.
Yeah, he looked very shaky, but I think it's down to the fact he hasn't played much in games. That's what happens when you just throw somebody in like that.
Imagine Jack Butland play tonight, make an own goal in the 5th minute.
I think, when did he actually sign? Because I think he should be in contention, especially with. I do think.
Oh, Shuggy might have signed. I think he signed only yesterday.
Just have a look.
I'm pretty sure he signed today or yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday, to be fair. But the thing is, I don't know if they have a cut-off point for when players.
We'll just wait and see, won't we?
But, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean,
Marcus Rashford is on fire.
He is, isn't he? He's just class. He's just class at the moment. Brilliant to see.
I think Manchester Derby will be really good next weekend.
It will, won't it? Yeah, it definitely will. And of course,
if Man U win, then they go second.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, it's going to be a really good game, that. But of course, I will. It's the lunchtime kickoff, isn't it, on Saturday next week? Yeah. So, and of course, I'll be on my way to Hull.
Are you going?
Yeah.
You're making a match day vlog.
I do. You know what? I've never actually delved into vlogs, and I'll tell you why.
I haven't either.
Well, that's a lie. I have, but I don't know. I don't like them because I'm very much the person that I'm very much in the moment kind of person, and I don't really like vlogging the game whilst I'm trying to watch the game. If you get me, I just don't like it. And of course, I have done it before, and I don't mind it, but I just prefer to do what I do with my review, my fan cam. I'm going to be doing some fan cams as well for sure in the future as well, and obviously just keep doing what I'm doing with my content really. So yeah,
might do a match day vlog when Villa win the league. Or Villa get
now, calm down. Let's not get ahead about it. I know you've got a good squad.
Newcastle could actually win the league.
No, they cannot, and I certainly expect them to drop off. To be honest, they'll be in the top 6, but they won't be top 4. Yeah, they'll be in the top 6. They won't be in the top 4 for me. I think
Man City are like 5 points behind now.
Yeah, I just don't think they'll be able to sustain it. To be fair, but yeah, it's one of those. Any more comments? Is there any more comments?
No.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking. There's not really much else to kind of say about Trent. Obviously, yeah.
Well, we'll end this here because I'm going on at 5.
Yeah, so it gives you a chance to get started for that. But yeah.
There you go, guys. There's another video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe. And if you want to come on at 5 you can. Stevenage fan.
Yeah, no, like I said, no, I'm quite happy to come in the comments and contribute that way. Like I said, I'll let you speak with the Stevenage. That's fine. Yeah,
That's fine.
Stevenage,
But subscribe and like, subscribe to Ryan. Up the Villa. We're winning Sunday, and we'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Cheers.